Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 1 of our new 7-day series talking about ghosting. This is a celebration and a thank you for 50,000 followers. What we're going to talk about in this series is what is ghosting, what isn't ghosting, why people ghost, what to do instead of ghosting, what to do when someone ghosts you, what to know before you ghost, what to do when people come back from ghosting, what to say to the non-ghosting message. But first, let's define ghosting. Ghosting is the end of contact or communication with somebody without explanation or warning, and then ignoring them. So this communication or contact is that in which people expect a response. So, I had a great time last night. I can't wait to see you again. Or, I haven't heard from you in a while. What have you been up to lately? Or, I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Thursday. What's the plan? ? Ignoring and not responding to those messages is ghosting. Everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 2 of our 7-day series talking about ghosting. Last week we chatted about what is ghosting, and so this week we're going to talk about what isn't ghosting. Number 1, if you guys go on a first date and then you both never talk to each other again, that's a mutual decision that it's not a good fit and neither of you ghosted. 2, if you block and delete them because they're rude, inappropriate, or sexual or anything like that, that's not ghosting, that's just protecting your safety. Number 3, if they tell you that they're no longer interested, that it's not a good romantic fit, that they're not looking to date right now, and you continue to message them and they don't respond, that is not ghosting, that is you ghosting yourself. And number 4, and probably the most controversial, is that you haven't been ghosted unless you've met in person. If you've chatted a little bit online and they just stopped talking to you prior to actually meeting in person, that's not a ghost, that's literally the end of a conversation with a stranger. Take a minute and go to the comments and tell me what you think ghosting is, what you think ghosting is not, what you disagree with, what you agree with. Let's get some discussion going. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 3 of our 7-day series talking about ghosting. And today I wanted to talk about why people ghost. I know that when I took the time to really figure out why other people were ghosting or why people were ghosting me, it reduced a lot of dating anxiety for me because it made me see the humanity on the other side of dating. It made me see why they did what they did, and it was very powerful. Now, I have interviewed people in coaching situations, in boot camps, asking them if they've ghosted and why. And so here is a little bit of the reasons that I've heard as to why people ghost. Number 1, they say to me, I think it would just be less hurtful if I just disappeared rather than rejecting somebody. Number 2, they're terrified of confrontation and they will actually avoid uncomfortable conversation in all aspects of their life, work, friendships, and dating. Number 3, not knowing how to explain to somebody that you don't want to see them again. And number 4, it's safer to just ghost than to actually have to confront the anger of the other person. To me, the majority of these reasons are because people don't know how to properly communicate that they don't want to see somebody anymore, and so they just don't. Now, I'm going to admit, when I was dating, prior to really understanding how to properly date, I would ghost a lot. And it wasn't because I was a bad person. It wasn't because I wanted to purposely hurt the other person. Maybe I was a little bit cowardly, but really it was because I had no idea what to do. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know what to send them. I didn't know how to tell them I didn't want to see them again. I didn't want to hurt their feelings, and so I would just disappear. Now, if you too are willing to admit that you have ghosted in the past, or you still currently ghost, or you have tendencies of ghosting, go to the comments and tell us why, if I missed a reason why. Because when other people can see from the other perspective, it's going to give us power, comfort, and it's going to allow us to realize it has far less to do with us than we think it does. And if you don't know what to do instead of ghosting somebody, tune in to video 5 that's coming out next week where we're going to talk about exactly that. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 4 of our 7-day series talking about ghosting. And today's topic, we are going to talk about what you need to know before you ghost. Number 1, the person doing the ghosting in the long run feels more terrible than if they were to just have an uncomfortable conversation then and there. You're destroying your future peace for your present comfort. Number 2, it's proven to be detrimental to your confidence in dating. It's going to actually hold you back from wanting to get to know people for fear of possibly having to ghost again in the future. Which then moves into number 3, where people will start avoiding dating to avoid the chipping away at our confidence, to avoid future guilt from continuing to ghost. And number 4, it's a small world. If we're out there being disrespectful and ghosting people, we're going to have to avoid people in our everyday lives, like places, groups of people, social events, and nobody wants to do that. Our next video is going to talk about what to do instead of ghosting. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. So today is day 5 of our 7-day series talking about ghosting. And today we are going to talk about what to do instead of ghosting. I personally feel the majority of people ghost not because they're assholes, but because they don't know what to say. So let's talk about what to say and what not to say in the non-ghosting message. Number 1, please do not say you want to be friends with them if you don't mean it. Number 2, don't overload the text message with a ton of compliments saying how amazing you think they are, because that's confusing. They're just going to think, okay, well, if I was that amazing, then why are you ending it? And number 3, please do not say anything like, I am not ready to date right now. This is so confusing. A lot of people that don't know better will wait for not right now to be now. So just be short, sweet, and to the point. So here's what you send. Hey, I think you're great. I really enjoyed getting to know you. I don't think we're a good romantic fit, but I wish you the best, period. And they're going to respond to this. So in the next video, we're going to talk about those responses. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 6 of our 7-day series talking about ghosting. And today we're going to talk about the responses you get when you send the non-ghosting message. There's 4 of them. So just as a review, the non-ghosting message is, hey, I think you're great. I've really enjoyed getting to know you. I don't think we're a good romantic fit, but I wish you the best. The first 2 we're going to talk about are those that we should never send. So if you receive this non-ghosting message, never, ever, ever send this response. Number 1, the what did I do wrong message. But I don't understand. What did I do? Is it because I kissed you? I'll never kiss you again. Can you tell me what I did wrong? Do you have any feedback? What can I do to change it? What can I do to fix it? Come on, you guys. Number 2, the rip you to pieces text message, which always shows how immature that other person is. So when we receive this, although we kind of are like, oh my gosh, it's actually a huge relief because we avoided that type of immaturity. And so this message looks differently for everybody, but it's like, well, I didn't want you anyhow. Or why did you go on 2 or 3 dates with me if you knew we had no chemistry? You just wasted my time. I could have been spending that with my kids or my friends or what have you. There's no need to rip somebody to pieces. They're showing you the respect to send you that text message. You do not need to respond that way. And the next 2 are totally acceptable responses. So number 3, they're just going to disappear. And that's totally okay. That's kind of the whole point. So just let them go. And number 4, the thank you for being honest response. This is the nicest one you can send, and it's the nicest one to receive. And that is, wow, thank you so much for letting me know. I really appreciate it. It was so lovely getting to know you as well, and I wish you the best too. And just so you know, the minute you send the non-ghosting text message, you don't need to reply to any of these 4 responses. You are scot-free at this point because you have communicated properly and maturely what it is that's going on here, and you can completely disappear, and it is no longer ghosting, and you are home safe. Hello everyone, Geneva here from JE Matchmaking. Today is day 7 of our 7-day series talking about ghosting. And today I want to talk about what do you say / do when you've been ghosted. It is so easy to rip this person to pieces in a text message. Just send that text message that just gets all of that anger out and just clears whatever we have going on in our head and just ripping them to pieces. But it is the worst thing that you can do. Now, what we should actually do is probably the hardest thing to do, and it takes so much self-control, but it's probably one of the most powerful responses we can do when somebody ghosts us. And this is based on the success dating mindset that has been around for centuries. If I had lots of other options, would this person ghosting me actually matter that much? And the answer is no, so we need to respond accordingly. And what you actually do is you do nothing. You don't respond. Delete them on everything, get rid of any reminders, and just go about living an awesome life.